Tell Me a Story, The Man on the Roof by Brian A. Hopkins. She sends him a text message. I can't sleep. Would you call and read to me? I just need to hear your voice. I love your voice. Your voice is the most soothing sound in the world. Call me. Read to me. Read me something of yours. He dials her number, and this is what he reads. There was once a man in love with the sun. He knew the sun would consume him if he stood too close, if he opened his heart and let her wildfire sweep through the fractured chambers of his soul like a great wave of molten emotion. He knew a man could lose himself before such a wave, could be left in its wake with nothing, not pride, nor sense of self, nor confidence. Just an empty slate would remain, a blank page on which anything could be written if only the fire hadn't also consumed the desire to ever write in that book again. He'd been there before and had sworn never again. But greater than his fear was his longing for that perfect state of grace and his desire to cradle such an all-powerful love like an ember, to breathe life on it, watch it swell and blossom and nourish in a way that could only be compared with truth and rapture and the perfect mating of souls intended for one another since the earth first coalesced from the myriad dust of stars, as far removed from his past loves as this sweet ember of promise was from the all-erasing flash of a nuclear explosion. Each evening he would climb to the peak of his roof to gaze on her and sing his song of love. The sun promised she loved him in turn. No matter what comes between us, she said, I will always be here for you. I will love you forever. But each night she would ultimately leave him, no matter how he begged her to stay. Scorching the horizon in gold and crimson, she would fade as his retina-scarred eyes welled with tears. As the cold and dark that he knew so well settled over him, he could only pray for her return and hope that the next time he sang to her, maybe his song would pierce her armor, slip through her walls, and find a spot beside the glowing ember of her heart, that brilliant orb he longed to wrap around his tremulous soul like a cloak. But he feared the sun didn't comprehend promises made to mortal men. In his experience, the sun, like the most potent loves he had known, doesn't nourish, the sun consumes, and he knows he is too easily devoured. At this point, he hears only a somnolent, rhythmic breathing from the phone. Are you there? He asks, and when he's asked 3 times and still gotten no answer, he knows she's gone down beyond the horizon. He's left with only a dreadful longing and the fear that he's lost her forever. Wish you were here, he whispers to the ghost of a love on the other end of the line.